Well, hello lovely people and welcome back to Cassie Love TV. How are you guys doing? I hope all is well with everyone. If you are passing through, thank you so much for clicking on my video. So in today's video, we will be discussing different type of locks. I will also be discussing different methods of locks in the last part of the video. Now the first one is Sisterlocks. I'm going with Sisterlocks first because Sisterlocks is very versatile. It's very unique and it's very different from all the other locks. Now with Sisterlocks, you want to do your research with Sisterlocks. Ensure that you find a really good loctician if you're going that route, because Sisterlocks is very time consuming. Sisterlocks can take up to 12 hours to 16 hours depending on the person who is doing it. So it's important to find someone who, their expertise in that particular area. Sisterlocks, I think it's very beautiful. I love that it's really tiny, it's really small, and you could style it in any different way you want to because it's more flexible as well. And it does cost more money to get it done. I think it can cost up to $500 to $800. Yeah, really up to $500 to $800 or more, depending on who's doing it as well. Next is traditional locks. Now with traditional locks, there's different lock style that comes on the traditional lock. So the first one is I'm gonna just call it organic freeform. And the reason why I feel like it's more organic is because, first of all, you're not really doing too much manipulation with freeform lock. You're not going to get it retwist every 2 weeks, every month, or 3 months. Really and truly, you're just leaving your hair just as it is. And it's just growing in whatever shape, form, or length. So you are not doing any kind of manipulation at all. However, you will, of course, wash it often to ensure that it's clean. Because with freeform, it's very easy to capture lint and dirt and dust. You are not really doing any kind of manipulation to freeform locks, so that's why it's important for you to at least ensure that you wash it. It doesn't require a lot of maintenance. You just want to ensure that your locks are clean. That's it. You can actually do freeform locks yourself. You really don't need a loctician. You can do your research of how you want to start it, because to be honest, again, you're not doing any retwist or anything like that. So you can definitely just part your hair out and you can do your freeform locks yourself. You don't have to go to a loctician. Freeform locks remind me of back in the day when I was growing up in Jamaica. Jamaica downtown Kingston used to have a lot of Rastafarian. They used to always say Rastafarian, ja. Anyways, no, I remember that because I used to see them at downtown all the time. And so Rastafarian, their hair is big. Like one of this is their lock, okay? One of this is their lock. And it's chunky, but it's big. So it just reminds me of that, because I remember when I used to go downtown all the time, I used to always look at them. I used to say, oh my goodness, their hair is so unique. How did they get it like that? So I'm not surprised I'm locked right now, because I've always looked at locks to be so unique and different and just beautiful. The Rastafarian, they're also very religious. So, their hair goes along with their belief, different things that they believe in as well. So one thing I would highly recommend if you decide to go to freeform locks is just separate your locks. Yeah, because I've seen where if you don't separate your locks, they can get really big. And sometimes you may not want that look, even though you're going for freeform look, you don't want it to be too big. So if you say you have 6 different locks, you still want to make sure you go in and kind of separate them, so that way they're not too big. Yeah. The next lock style is semi-freeform lock. Now semi-freeform lock is kind of similar to freeform, but you're still doing some type of manipulation. Whether that's every 4 months to every 8 months, or twice a year, I should say. you're still doing something to your lock, right? You're not just not doing anything. Just like any other lock, semi-freeform, you'll still need to make sure that you're separating your locks, you're washing your locks often when it needs to be washed, moisturizing and all of that. Again, the only difference is you're waiting longer to do your retwist. I don't think I am semi-freeform, but I think I'm getting there in the sense of I like to go long between my retwists. Right now I'm looking at 3 months to maybe 4 months. I'm pushing it, right? I think I love when my locks look like this. As you can tell right now, I need a retwist, and to me, I don't need it, if that makes sense. Because I love this look. I actually really love this look, you know, than the retwist manipulation look. So I think I'm between both. I'm manipulating my hair at the same time. So I think I'm semi-freeform sometimes, and traditional. So I do like both. You know, it really depends. Sometimes you have an occasion that you want to go on or something you're trying to do. And you just want your hair to look a certain way. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm on both sides of it right now. All right, so next lock style is 2-strand twist. I think 2-strand twist is more common, you know, it's more popular. And I've seen it, right? Over the years, I've seen where people are moving towards 2-strand twist a lot. I think one of the reasons is because, you know, 2-strand twist, that method keep your hair intact, right? So especially if you're just starting your lock journey and you don't want your hair unravel, you know, you're trying to keep it, especially if you're washing your hair often when you just start your lock journey, you don't want it to come out. If you choose to go the 2-strand twist style method, you're pretty much just, you know, doing the 2-strand twist with your hair, whichever size that you want that to be, and then you are manipulating it often. That could be very expensive because not only are you going to the loctician often, you're also going to have to buy more products, right? Now, some of us, we don't do a lot of manipulation to our locks, really. Some of us probably go to the loctician probably 3 to 4 times a year, while others, believe it or not, they go to the loctician every single month to get their hair retwist. So that does cost a lot more money. Even if you're doing your own retwist, if you are manipulating your locks often, that still costs a lot of money. You're still buying a lot of products, and so that's the reason why. If you decide to go with 2-strand twist, you will have to decide how many locks you want. Like, how many locks do you really want your head? Do you want it to be, you know, I don't know, 80 locks or 120 locks, you know? So that's something that you can think about as well when you're starting your lock journey. As well as the type of parting you want. I know I showed you guys my parting before, but as you can see, I have diamond shaped parting right now, and that's all over my head. Some people just go with square, whichever parting. I know sometimes the parting does not matter to some people. If it don't, then you don't have to worry about it. Then you just go what makes you more comfortable. Okay, the next type of lock style is braid lock. Braid lock, I don't know if it's common or not, to be honest. I don't really see a lot of people starting their locks with braids, but if you do decide to start with braid, one thing I can tell you is it will take longer to lock. Yes, it can take over a year. I'm gonna show you a real quick story, and I actually talk about this in one of my other videos as well. I started my lock with both braid and 2-strand. I surely did. Because I felt like my hair was coming out. When I washed my hair, it was coming out. Because I wasn't waiting umpteen months to wash my hair. So I realized it was you know, unraveling at that time. So I decided to just braid my hair up. So a lot of my locks right now, as you see it, was braided. Okay guys, so here is one of my locks, which you can still see the braid in it if you look closely. So yeah, braid, I can tell you from experience that the braid locks take longer to lock. One thing or two with braid locks is it will not get unraveled. Okay, so that's one of the pros to it, is it won't unravel. So you don't have to worry about when you wash your hair, you know, then braid will still be there. So I mean, I think it's a good method to go with. If you're worried about it being, you know, not locking too quick, then I would just go with the 2-strand twist. But eventually it all come out to look the same, because some of my locks over here was 2-strand twist. So to be honest, it doesn't look different once your hair is locked. So let's get into a different type of method of how to lock your hair. So we have interlocking, we have palm roll, and we have comb coils. Interlocking is when you use the needle and just push your hair through. So basically, this is your hair. They use the needle and push your hair through under the hair itself. Open it up, push it through, and then interlock it. That's really what interlocking is. Palm roll is when you pretty much do this coming down your lock. Comb coils is really just when you use a small tooth comb, kind of use the comb to twist small sections of your hair coming down that form coils in your hair. So it's like, it's really nice. Okay guys, so just to sum up the video, we talked about Sister Lock, we talked about Freeform lock, we talked about SemiFreeform lock, we talked about Strand Twist, and we also talked about Braid Lock. You know, at the end of the day, you really just have to do your research. Videos like this is very helpful as well, but you also have to do your research with which one you really want to go with. The more common one, which is the manipulated one, which a lot of people seem to be going with these days, is where you manipulate your locks and Strand Twist. Yeah, so me personally, when I started my lock journey, I just went with strand and braids because that was easier for me. So I'm saying that to say, go with what your gut tells you to go with, okay? Because you're the one that's gonna wear it in your head, no one else. You have to be comfortable with it. I think the most challenging part of the lock journey overall is deciding if you want your hair to look a certain way. It is, and I know that, I always say embrace your hair, this and that, but at the end of the day, it is still challenging because your hair is going to change. It's going to change, It's not going to be the same. Loose natural is not the same as locks. Okay, people, so that is it for today's video. Very short. I think it's short and spicy, okay? Guys, please comment down below what kind of videos you want to see me do. I really want to start vlogging more. I want to start vlogging again, I should say. I'm working on that. In the meantime, if there's any videos that you'd like me to do, please put it down below. Yes, my niche is locks, but again, I don't mind doing different other types of videos as well. For my YouTube, I'm really trying to grow my YouTube in 2023. That's the goal, to get to 1,000 at least by the end of the year. I know that seemed like a stretch, but I'm still leaving in God's hands and hope that my channel grow the way I want it to grow. But in the meantime, I do want to thank you for watching it. If this is your first time, please subscribe, like, share the content, comment below. To my other subscribers, thank you so much for staying with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And I will see you next video. Bye.